Let's go.
You are live.
Yep. Just make sure I turn down my volume.
Oh crap! Shit, I put.
No. But this isn't Winter Saw show. I don't know why I hear Winter Saw. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Give a second to let people trickle on in. Before we go anywhere, mic check. Can you guys hear me all right? Anyone? Bueller. Hey, what's going on, meat freaks? Miss Anna, Mama Aquil. How's everyone doing today? Thank you. See, I forget that there's a lag. So I'm sitting here going, well, damn, maybe they can't hear me. I'm gonna pull Winters today. We're not starting till we get to 15 whole people. Not 15 half peoples. 15 whole people. There's 14. Hey, Miss Bailey, how you doing today? $16. There we go. All right. So we got a simple message today. Been waiting on me. We got a simple message today, guys. And it's going to be a bit of a ramble. There are no friends in politics. I would have thought that's clear. The saying is, there are no friends in politics, only interest. And this may take a dig at a few people that some of y'all may like, some of y'all may not. But I want you to hear me out. The last meeting, the no quorum, no one's home, ding dong, the witch is gone. There are a group of people there who we haven't heard from in over a year. They're in support, sitting down with Eric Mays. Where were they when the vote to censor Mays came up? Where were they when the vote to censor Jerry came up? And where were they when the vote to censor Tanya came up? There are no friends in politics, only interest. The same group of people recently showed up to the accountability meeting. And I'll be honest with you, I've got strong feelings about that meeting because I don't feel that there's any talk of accountability. It feels like that was a discount dollar store political rally. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you want to hear me talk about when I beg for your vote. Who I thought was going to run and take those points isn't running. So I won't say their name anymore. Let's just say I won't be saying their name to put them in a negative light. However, I can damn well guarantee you that everything brought up in that meeting, everything spoken about, everything that everyone had decided on as issues that they want to hear about and start working toward, that is going to come up in another campaign or two or three. It's going to be recycled, regurgitated talking points. There are no friends in politics, only interest. It's something that 810 itself learned not too long ago. We thought we had friends all over. We thought that in the political circles we had friends. Turns out we were only friends so long as it benefited someone. That's not a friend, that's an interest. And I think the rest of the city needs to know this. So while we may disagree with some folks, there are times that I will disagree with Eric Mays. There are times that I will disagree with Jerry Winfrey Carter, and there are times that I'll disagree with Tanya Burns. This being one of them, I do not think that was a productive meeting. This is politics. This isn't about friendship. On the backside, I think Tanya is a very wonderful person. And all day long, I will have her back on a personal side. But when it comes to a political matter, if it doesn't match up with my interest in terms of this case, the interest of holding Flint City Council accountable for the wrongdoings that they've been doing to our council people that actually speak for us, then I have to speak out. And this is an interest. Her interest is obviously something different. Maybe she feels it was a good meeting on the terms of the discussions had, but I don't think it was a good meeting on the grounds of why it was called. I think everyone on city council has learned that there are no friends in politics. Eva Worthing recall went through, and I am willing to bet you Sheldon Neely called her up and said, "The math ain't mathing. Don't run. You're going to take what few votes you can get away from my chosen candidate that I may get in there." That's not something a friend would say. When Eva said that she was thinking of not running in the first place on Facebook, Liddell pops up. Liddell says, "You should stay in. Don't let them bully you out." It sounds like encouraging words of friendship. However, it is not. That is someone trying to hold on to her majority, her interest. In times past, I have been blatantly against Dennis because I did not agree with what he was doing. He was running with the Fab Five, or at least voting with them. Hell, I sat here and called him high once. Now, he happens to be on the side that I agree with, and I stand up for him quite a bit. That doesn't mean that we're friends. Hell, I may go shooting with him and go to the bar, but when it comes to politics, we just have the same interest at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. Everyone takes things so personally here in Flint. When I talk about Liddell Lewis, yes, there are some personal jabs in there, but it is about her interest, and her interest is not our interest. Her interest is about fattening her own wallet. $50,000 to Sarvis Park. Her own personal 501c3. Her own personal interest. Her interest is in beautifying the area in front of her house, raising her property value. The rest of the second ward be damned. The rest of the city be damned. And if you listen to them, every time they bring up 810, they do not call us liars. Why? Because they know they can't, because we are not lying. Our interest lies in the truth and in bettering and furthering Flint. Their interest lies in themselves. And if Liddell wants to pop up with her own little podcast, God, I would love to see it. And I would love to see everyone who supports 810 to go over there and very first day get blocked, because she will do on that podcast what she does in city council chambers. She will silence you. But by God, it's the internet. It's Facebook. It's YouTube. How hard is it to make another one just to pop in there and annoy her some more? And I'm not saying to harass her. I'm saying to hold her accountable, like that meeting was supposed to be about. Go in there, and every time she mentions a lie or a half truth, correct her. You know I will. I'll sit up here, I'll do it. I'll go into her comment section and I'll do it. I just ask that you guys come with me. And if nothing else, there's going to be some great screenshots and some laughs to be had. Because there's no way that you could ever explain away the fact that you're trying to give yourself $50,000. There's no way that you could ever explain away the fact that you're trying, or not even trying, that you accepted $1,200 from a company with a vested interest in your vote. Tell me that's misinformation. Did this happen? Yes. No context behind it, no context needed. And this isn't a lie. This isn't misinformation. She's going to try to spin it. She's going to try to tell a half truth. And then the next thing, who's financing this? Hey, Mickey, do we not have bills to pay here? I know I pay rent. I know I pay Mickey studio time. I know several other hosts here pay studio time. I know that Mickey has bills to pay for our streaming services. So who's going to be footing this bill for? Or is she footing it herself? And where did that money come from?
What are you talking about?
Liddell.
Oh, Liddell.
And her little
Ashley
podcast.
Capital.
Ashley Capital? Possibly.
Oh, the Cyrus Park.
Could be.
501c3.
Now, here's the thing. If it happens to be funded by Sarvis Park, I'm going to slap her so fucking hard with the lawsuit for, what is it? Mismanagement of campaign funds. Because she is using her office as why she has that podcast. There's a difference.
Got a point.
There's a difference. Tanya Burns has a podcast with us, yes, but it is not of her office. It is her political opinions. And yes, they may intertwine with her office, but it isn't just about that. Whereas Liddell is using hers to combat misinformation about council. So if she's using Sarvis Park money to pay for
I said allegedly. I was saying allegedly. You know, you got to put that out for she.
Yeah. If she happens to use Sarvis Park funds.
Oh, Ashley Capital.
Or Ashley Capital funds, then I'm going to hit her with a campaign funds mismanagement. Same way that they're thinking of doing to Eric Mason his TikTok.
He's not even monetized.
He's not even monetized, and he doesn't own it. So the stupidity in that is just mind-blowing.
Oh, RJ Cat, I do believe you.
Podcast is for Neely and his people, and I'm willing to bet that Paul and his 6G IED tower is going to be the one broadcasting it, but she's going to have to pay Paul. I mean, unless Paul does things out of the kindness of his own heart. No. Interesting.
I still think it's getting paid for maybe.
Now, here's the fun part. If I see Paul monetize that.
Oh, he going to monetize whatever he do.
You mean the same thing that they were accusing Eric Mays of doing?
Oh, yeah. But, you know, Paul that's
the
what
same
he do.
Thing that they were accusing Eric Mays of doing, that they wanted to kick him out for? Yes, go ahead and do it. You damned hypocrites.
But really, it all depends if it's on Paul.
No, Paul doesn't have a heart.
No, he don't.
It sits in his wallet. By the way, guys, I haven't even poured a drink yet.
Oh, okay. He's going to give her some of the general fund money. But remember, I think, family, if I'm not wrong, remember they had set aside $30,000 for podcasting. So maybe it'd be coming out of that. I mean, but right now, man, they so wicked. This administration is so wicked, and with the, you know, so, and Liddell is power drunk right now. She thinks she has power because she got votes. She got them 4 votes to go along with her, and they can just do what they want to do.
You know what that's called, Mickey?
What up, Art? Nope, I'm waiting on you. Are you talking about egotistical or narcissist?
It's called the tyranny of the majority, my friend. And here is the Wikipedia definition. The tyranny of the majority, or the tyranny of the masses, is an inherent weakness to majority rule in which the majority of an electorate pursues exclusively its own objectives at the expense of those of minority factions. So, in this case, they have those 5 votes. They pursue their own personal objectives. $50,000 to Sarvis Park. What, $11,000 lawnmower. Who knows what Judy's getting?
And then $4,500 that Quincy also got to
45
for Christmas shopping.
Mustshot $350,000, and Eva a lap band surgery.
Oh shit! Allegedly.
Everything here is allegedly. Please.
Yeah, allegedly.
But that's just it.
Yeah.
They're going so forth with their votes, those 5 votes, compared to yours and mine, 0.
All the way.
All the way. And that is at our expense. And now they recently just put $40 million in revenue loss into the city. The city hasn't made $40 million on its own in damn near 5 years. So how can they call that revenue loss? I want to see some funky ass math to that, please. Because half the city's budget comes from the state. The city doesn't have that much revenue. Hell, we don't even have that many people anymore. What taxes are they collecting? Hell, most of our houses go foreclosed. Most of our water bills get unpaid.
Estella A. Simpkins said 350,000 went to WHO for what? For who? For what? Oh, that 300. Candace. I thought it was
for her own 501c3 nonprofit. I think it's a domestic abuse nonprofit.
300 some thousand.
350K.
Damn.
I'm in the wrong business. $1 million.
I'm in the wrong business.
Dude, I've been in the wrong business since I was born, apparently.
Shit.
Could you imagine? And that was her payoff. They needed that fifth vote. They couldn't take a chance of that fifth vote falling out.
I know Liddell, man. She only got 50. It's the water lab. Got it. I know Liddell upset. Candace getting 350.
But that was her payout. They needed that fifth vote. Could you imagine all the things that wouldn't have gotten passed without that guaranteed fifth vote?
But did she sign the paper, a conflict resolution? I mean, what was it that Ernst & Young was saying? The conflict of interest with her being on council and getting money out to ARPA funds?
I don't know. Did Liddell?
I said Candace, too.
I'm using that as the point. If Liddell didn't, then I can guarantee you Candace didn't.
No, you right, one to 50 that we know of. So, I mean, but damn, how you gonna really know who all getting money? To be honest with you,
we can't, because every time, look at how their agendas are written from this fund, from this fund. But then when they want to trick us up, they'll put the fund number in there instead of telling us which fund. So you can't really keep track of which money is coming from where. And it all comes back to Candace got her money to be that fifth vote. They can't get rid of Candace now. They can't take the chance of Candace going away now because guaranteed Eva's going away. And there is a luck of the draw on if she gets replaced with someone they like or not.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Joseph.
There are no friends.
Well, really, but I mean, when you did that, when they put the 40 million, I call it, that's what I titled one of the morning bumps, the greatest heist in Flint, Michigan.
It was
you put 40 million in the general fund. And
because that general fund, guess who has their hand almost indiscretionately into that general fund?
The mayor.
For how much a day?
75,000.
75,000 a day that he doesn't have to talk to council about and he doesn't have to explain. He can just throw a $75,000 contract to a friend or an interest. Remember, and I hear Wentis every morning say, exploratory committee for Neely, tell him don't run. I'm going to go ahead and correct my sister here and say, no, please run. Get the hell out of that office in my city so we can go ahead and progress without you.
And Dr. Petroni, I agree with you. That's what I keep telling people. This ain't nothing. I keep saying this. He not Neely, like how he did it when
Neely looked at the math and he said there is no way Eva can win. Eva stepped down. No, he didn't let her. He told her.
No, she didn't step down yet. I mean, because she gonna be there till the May election. Like how
don't put your name on the ballot.
How Allie Hokenroder did it, and who did he have his replacement for? Candace. Remember, this is the same. Yeah, remember Candace moved. Yeah, she got the I agree with y'all saying, Jessica and Joseph. But the problem is this. I know he working. The other side got to be working for this reason here. He getting somebody in that 7th ward seat. He just ain't got. He looking at it right now. He focusing on that 9th ward because if he lose, just say they go to a 5-4 vote. Eric them get the 5-4 vote. He knows it's gonna be hell to pay captain. Can you imagine how he gonna be crying? You'll see Neely cry if Eric them get that 5-4 vote, because that means the shit that they call themselves doing. You think Candace not gonna vote for her own 350,000? You think
friends like interest?
Yeah,
it's her interest.
Right
now, I do see something interesting in the chat. Stella, if you make up your mind and you decide you want to run, Mickey, do I do interviews?
You want to?
I don't, but I got a chair right here next to me. I want to hear people say that they're going to run. I want to hear people now say that they're going to run. And if you do say you are going to run, I want to hear you. I want to know who's going to that seat, because I may not be able to vote on a 7th Ward seat, but I can tell you what, I know that I want someone in there for the whole of the city of Flint. Not just for themselves, one person.
They got to get that. But see, that's the only tricky thing with the 9th Ward. Mm-hmm. That's the only tricky thing with it. Who you going to get out the 9th? Because, and I'm not a betting man, but I'm willing to bet Neely already working the 9th Ward. See, his thing was to solidify that 7th Ward. That's what he didn't want to have a mishap at. But that 9th Ward, I forgot who was in that 9th Ward seat before she was. Believe me, he making sure. I can't even think of my man name that was in that 9th Ward seat. Shit. Scott Kincaid.
Lorna. You know what? According to the letter of the law, no. But according to our own clerk, it doesn't matter anything else but the address on your driver's license. So
the way how they playing this, because
no, here's the thing. Neely is doing his best to keep Candace off of that ballot. Now, why did what happened last meeting happen? Why was Liddell there and no one else? They couldn't have a quorum, obviously. Otherwise, the Candace issue comes up and they have to vote. Mm-hmm. They made sure Liddell was there. Why? Because last time they had Eric Mays, Jerry Winfrey Carter, and Tanya Burns unsupervised at a special meeting where nothing can get done, but they could talk about it. A lot of uncomfortable truths were spoken. That was the special meeting for the Mitchell boys.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of uncomfortable truths. So they had to shut it down and get them out of there quickly. Who's the only person that you could really send to do that? The president of council.
Mm-hmm.
That is why that went down the way it did. 4th Ward wasn't going to show up. 3rd Ward. Apparently 3rd Ward is dying. I don't know the way he was acting. Quincy.
I don't think so.
Meeting before last?
Man, he was just, listen.
They wheeled him in there on his deathbed. He's got to be worse than that not to go in this last time, right? Eva, they couldn't find a forklift big enough. And Candace, who knows where she was. They just didn't want to vote. They got everything they wanted last year. Now they just have to write it out this year until more money comes into the city of Flint that they need spent their way.
Well, they got 40.
They got 40. Here's the thing. I've told you before, Mickey. They couldn't stop that ARPA money from coming into Flint, but they had to stop it from helping the residents.
And they did?
They did. That last 40, this was just I'm tired of arguing with it. We're just going to put it into the general fund.
Well, you got to think they gave up $16 million for blight, demolition and blight. So, like I said, they didn't blew $54 million. He gave up $300 to the residents to go to the water fund, right, to pay your water bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up, Maurice? Spell Maurice is in the house. Now, I'm just saying, if you look at it, he didn't blew 54, right? 40 left now.
Yeah.
He blew 54. And have you seen 54 spent? What have you seen when you ride around Flint? Do it look like they spent $54 million?
I got a $300 water credit. That's it. And that wasn't even shit. Like, that hurt more people than it helped, because some people were sitting there thinking that's just a paycheck for me to put into my water, okay? Or some people thinking, oh, that's a payment so I can skip this month. No, you still have to make a payment. Because if you're behind and you don't make that payment, even though they just gave you a water credit of $300, your water's still getting shut off.
Oh, no, me freak. I knew that was you. No, Dollar Bill, I have figured it out when I said Scott Kincaid, but thank y'all, though. The chat is super good when I was looking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's that 9th Ward, because not to cut you off what I wanted to say, have y'all seen anybody from the Regencies be on council from the 9th Ward?
No.
It's mainly going to be from the well-to-do part of the 9th Ward who going to make it in that seat. That's why I'm saying you got to hope that whoever it is over there, because it's most likely it's going to be one who's going to be locked in with Neely. I'm just being honest.
Jeff, they found their loophole. Their loophole was revenue loss. Supposed revenue loss during COVID because so many people were out of work. The city was missing out on taxes and its water bill. So they were allowed to take X amount and put it into the general fund to cover those losses from 2020 to 2022. I don't think it was anywhere near $40 million worth, but
that's hey, Kevin Berryhill.
There's my brother.
No, I know it wouldn't have put 40.
You and I both know that, but they had Ernst & Young do some funky sideways.
If you go look, everybody he get that's doing work for him, man, is ethically they challenged.
Look,
from Kim,
at a certain point, that money does a lot more talking than you do.
Right.
On a personal level, you've seen Kim come up to me and we just talk Warhammer. On a personal level, I think me and Bill would get along fine. We're just on opposite sides here. He's getting paid $100,000 plus a year to go along with bullshit. And to be honest with you, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
To go along with some bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't live in Flint. Especially if you don't see the fucking damage going on around here.
That goes to, that
doesn't pull on your heartstrings.
But that's why I keep saying it's about the money. That's how you can see Ernst & Young. Then they paid him $1 million.
Yeah.
So like
$1 million of do nothing.
You think Ernst & Young gonna come up here and say, well, you can't do this and that? Because they can be replaced.
Technically, that is what they're there for.
Right.
You pay them to tell you what not to do. But I mean, meh. It just gets crazy. And Liddell's going to take snippets of this, or Paul is, or whoever, and she's going to run back and go play by play and twist our words. That's fine. That's dandy. And I know there are people, because she's told me, Judy tells me that she has people watch our shows and report back to her. Mm-hmm. She refuses to give us the view. And it's always people that want to cause trouble in my personal life, or the same type of people that call you to bitch at you about what I say.
But I don't be giving a fuck.
Man, I just got one thing to say. Look, if you have a problem with what I say, don't call Mickey, get a hold of me. If you have a problem with what I say, don't call Judy, call me.
Right.
Because here's the huge thing. Mickey ain't my dad. My dad's dead. I answer to no one in this world except for my older brother and my wife. And if you can convince Kevin Berryhill that he should trust you over his little brother, if you can convince Amanda Berryhill that she should trust you over her husband, then by God, you've probably done something. But running to everyone else in the world but those two to try to get me to shut up is probably your wrongest play. It's tiring. I'm tired of fighting for a city that seems like it doesn't want to fight for itself, to be honest with you. I'm tired of fighting for people that honestly are perfectly fine getting ripped off, getting dragged through the mud. Unless it is here or the people that show up to council, how many people are just going along to get along because they're tired of the fight?
You can tell the city's been beat down.
It is.
I mean, the people, I'm going to say this, the people been beat down.
The people need a win.
Yeah.
And if you're not providing it for them, then they're not going to get up and stand up for themselves. And it's getting rough. As long as we've been doing this, and I've got a decent memory. I remember one of the very first shows I did, we were talking about bid rigging. Nothing got done about that. No one spoke up about that except for 810.
No, hold up. Didn't Quincy say after the election?
Which election is he talking about? Is it the Candace election now? Is it the 2022 election? Which election?
I remember it was the mayor election. Remember when they was doing the garbage?
Well, it's been after that one, and we still ain't talk about it, so it must be after the next one, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? I think sometimes he just be talking, and I think he talked to try to fan. But that's the thing. They didn't learn. I'm gonna tell you, these politicians didn't learn that the people, and plus Flint got a low voter turnout anyway. You know what I'm saying? They got a low voter turnout.
Flint's turnout is absolutely terrible. Our last mayoral election, we had 86,000 people living in the city of Flint. Only 12,000 voted.
That's what I'm saying. And they bank on this. The powers that be and the ones who running for these seats. All you gotta do is look. First thing Quincy said, and I hate to and it bears being repeated again, but I hate to keep saying it, that I'm here to make the mayor look good.
Yeah.
Adele Lewis, you seem like,
Well,
nah.
don't forget, if you're going to open a business, or how are you opening a business in my ward without breaking bread with me? Or don't forget when he's talking about Ashley Capital in the Dome, the Flint City Council is open for business, soliciting bribes. Quincy he forgets where he is, who he is, and what he's supposed to be doing sometimes. You know?
No, because 1 minute it seemed like part-time his brain to work for good, then just saying, because then I guess he'd be getting that call down to the mayor office because he'd say one thing and Quincy would vote another way. Man, that's why I'm like, how can she, even the councilwoman in the second ward, do a podcast? But believe this, they finna be shooting podcasts out here because they trying to.
I can tell you that bitch, and I mean the podcast, not the human.
I got you.
Because I will not refer to her in that way, regardless how I feel about her.
I'm glad you cleared that up, though.
Yeah, but that will not last.
Right.
You see how poorly she takes criticism once or twice a month at city council. And if she's going to try to do a weekly podcast, the criticism that's going to flow in on her, the pressure, that's not going to last long at all. She is going to crumple the same way that Eva crumples, the same way that Quincy crumples. And she's just going to leave it floating in the wayside, just like many of their well-to-do programs that they start or say they're going to start that never follow through.
But I got to go back to what Jessica Stewart just said from the YouTube side. The family from Cali, she said, Mickey, Liddell also said that her ultimate job is to move money. She left out the part about moving money into her own pockets.
See, she's not wrong.
They be telling on themselves.
That's that half truth. Yeah. My job is to move money. Or as Eric says, they control the purse strings of the city. Their job to move money. She just left out the back part, into my own pockets.
Do they really?
Person, who was that? Miss Jessica is 100% right.
I can't do mama quit. Let me be honest. I can't believe he on sick leave. If he was on sick leave, he showed up to vote Mays out and he showed up to vote that 40 million. So you can't tell me
y'all don't want me to show up to be that fifth vote. Fifth vote for what?
To put Mays out.
I love how Mays brought that up. The fifth vote for what?
And that's the point that definitely they're gonna filter the
they're gonna filter, that's true. But when it comes to being in the comments, yourself, myself, Mama Quill, Mickey here, we can pop in the comments and we can ask the questions that randos who haven't paid attention, that are just tuning in to hear a council person speak, may not have all the information. So she says X. She says, oh, well, I was giving money to Service Park because that's the money that goes to my ward that we all agreed on. How much money do you pay yourself, Liddell? Why is it only Service Park, the area right in front of your house, that you're worried about? Why are there still tarps on roofs throughout your entire ward? Why are there so many abandoned buildings in your ward? Why is there so much trash everywhere in your ward? Why is it just Service Park?
Right. But if you look,
and that's the type of things we need to be saying in her comments. Yeah. So others who are just tuning in, who haven't really been paying attention to Flint politics, they get the whole picture.
Oh, no, they're going to be blocking.
That's fine.
Because the mayor blocked me. I made one comment when he was on this show. I made one comment and got blocked. But I know Paul did it.
That's fine.
He blocked me.
Because I learned something from one of our competitors. You can have an infinite amount of Facebook pages, ladies and gentlemen. An infinite amount. As long as you can come up with a brand new email for Gmail that's free, you can have a brand new Facebook for free.
Oh, how he blocked residents. You go on there. I said, you going to use a cartoon for Juneteenth? That's what I did. He used a cartoon video from that was off PBS. I said, what? This how you trying to explain this? I said, you got to be kidding. And next thing I know, I was blocked. And I wasn't able to watch this show no more.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I put on there, said, this is a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? And got blocked. Because if you answer the real questions, because really, like I said, I was talking on the morning bump when I said, it's been proven. You got to give a shout out to 810 Flint. They TikTok. When they sat up there and said Liddell walked out the meeting when she said she didn't walk out. When she, it just Liddell lies been showed over and over and over. And you know what she do? Keep lying.
Keep lying. But if you call her out on it, if citizens keep calling her out on it, she tries herself up or she just gets angry. I'll see her just get up and walk away the same way that she does at council. She breaks quorum when she gets too much pressure. She'll turn off the channel. Though I do like what is that Chibi said? For Gmails, you can add random dots throughout the email. That's what I do. I have been trolling for 20 years this year, unfortunately. Trolls, my favorite kind of humans.
I'll just say, to be honest with you, I don't have the time to keep making all fake pages. That's why I don't. I'd rather listen. I'm own up to what I do, so I can't do it.
Oh, every last one of them will have my name on it.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just telling you, if I did, it'd still be up under Mickey. I can't just.
Yeah, it would be Trevor Berryhill. Trevor Berryhill says this.
Yeah, I'm not coming up no fake page. I'm not doing no. I get what you're saying, Chrissy. I know her from Facebook side. I know that's her name, Chrissy, on the Facebook side. Or is it Cribby on the YouTube side? My thing is, I just cannot. I'm like, you gonna know it's me. But the thing is, I just can't get out. I just be wanting, like, when the people gonna wake up? When they gonna wake up and see how you being played? Because it always seems that you will see the new Flint, and then the people will be, well, I remember we used to stay there and used to do. Yeah, but it's over when you had a chance to fight. You should have went and did it. But when you only getting, what, 15% or 12% voting?
I mean, yeah, I think it was a 12% voter turnout. This year is going to be a bit different. It's a presidential election year, so larger numbers. Everyone wants to vote for president.
But this city council, I mean, this recall, and this ain't no mayor. The mayor should have been on there. I believe if the mayor would have been on there, like say this was the year the mayor was finna vote, had to be voted, he might have had problems.
But the way that this is probably going to fall down, mind you, this is just my thinking.
Go ahead.
If they keep delaying and they can't get Candace's or the 7th Ward seats primary in May, then it'll have to be in August. And if it's in August, then the general election has to go onto the same ballot as the presidential election. They can't afford that fight.
They can't.
And here's the fun part. Because of all their illegal literature, whether it's Candace and Liddell and Eva seats all at once, or if they're spread out and piecemeal, there's still only so much that they can spend on that dark literature, and it's still spread out across 3 seats. That is why I've been pushing, Arthur's been pushing, Mickey and Wintus have been pushing to get to help Ms. Bev Biggs with those recall petitions. Because if we spread out how much of that illegal literature they can spend on each seat, it lessens the chance of each one to actually be meaningful and bring in enough votes to keep a Neely supporter or a crook in that seat.
And that's what they're doing. You just got to look. When you're looking at it, you just got to be honest. It's like they made Quincy after whatever health problem he was going through. I don't know, but we did say keep him in his prayers. Yeah. But that tell you how important it was. They told his ass, hey, you got to get the council because we got to get Mays off and we got to get that $40 million to that general fund.
And then they found a forklift big enough to bring Eva up there.
Shit, Trevor, I ain't gonna,
Look, she started this fight.
I get it.
She started this fight, and if her elephant thick skin can't take it, then she needs to take back what she said. Otherwise, every chance I get, I'm poking at her. I mean, shit. I just want to know how big the truck was that they wheeled her up to the actual building in.
Oh, CJ London. I mean, Miss Biggs is out there. There's people out there that's doing it, but they need more. They just need more help. I mean,
here's the problem. It's always a select and dedicated few who go out and do the work for everyone else.
Right on.
Bev Biggs, I went out there for a little bit.
Oh, yes,
until
ma'am.
I had my issue. Art was out there, but he does stuff all over the country. He can only do so much at a time because it all comes back to Flint.
Yeah.
There's only so much on one issue he can spend time on.
Right.
Okay. Then we had Miss Rose out there.
Still out there.
Still out there. We had several people, but life comes and goes. We can't just rely on these people.
Yeah.
We need more.
Yeah.
And if you don't live in the second ward, you can still grab that clipboard and go door to door.
Sure can.
You can still say, hey, Ms. Bev Biggs, you still got the old sheets? Okay, I'm going to take these addresses through here. I'm going to go knock on those doors again. And you can still do that. What really has me worried about the second ward is splitting of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because the more names you have, and especially when it's people that do not want Liddell anymore.
Right.
But now you have 2 or 3 names.
Mm-hmm.
And splitting that vote instead of consolidating all those votes behind one, we're going to get Liddell again. Wow. I saw Rich saying he was going to run. And Rich, once again, dude, we've had our problems in the past, but this is me asking you personally to not run. And I'm going to give you the blatant, honest truth here. I don't think you can win. I mean, when it came to the state rep race on the Democrat side, you had 375 votes for the entire city of Flint. I think you're a good guy. I think that your heart's in the right place a lot of the time. Yes, we butt heads a hell of a lot. I'm asking you not to run because you're going to take the chance away from someone who actually could win. Right now, we've got Maurice Davis. He said, I'm coming back for my seat. Maurice Davis has a far better chance. People know him. He is a proven quantity on council. Hell, he would still be in that seat if it wasn't for illegal literature. We wouldn't be having these problems right now if some illegal activity hadn't popped up that removed him from his seat. And I think, honestly, the way he and Mays work together, because he's not a Mays puppet, he will do what he thinks is right. A lot of the time, it does line up with Mays. But at least we'd have an honest voice there rather than Liddell. And this is just a personal and honest, me asking you instead of trashing you, dude. So I got to ask you, just if you don't want to go out and get the signatures anymore, that's fine. We will find a way. But we got to find one name that everyone can semi-agree on. And looking at the past votes, it's not you.
We'll be getting a video made on you.
Hey, that's fine. But I'm trying to do it respectfully.
I get what
and
you're
if
saying.
He takes it the wrong way.
Oh, he's taking it the wrong way.
If he takes it the wrong way, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, he's going to have to go back on and probably delete a few prior videos where he said as a decent human being. That's fine.
Yeah. No, but I do agree with you. It need to be one that the people need to get behind. It need to be one and not know how. But because I'm gonna be honest with you. I done had 4 or 5 different people come to me like, hey, let the strongest win. I'm just telling you what I was told because I said it. I was like, you need to get behind one. They was like, no, man.
Let the strongest win.
It's like, let the strongest win. Like,
terrific.
That's
a vote.
And I went through all of that with them, Trevor.
I know.
They say this the Democratic way.
And here's what you tell them.
I left it alone.
Here's what you tell them. Hey, it's 2024. The city's fucked. But Sherby or Chibi, exactly. It's not personal. It's politics. And there are no friends in politics. It's interest. And my interest is getting Liddell's happy ass out of that seat and priority shipping her back to Maryland or wherever the hell she came from.
Maryland. Where she probably
priority shipping. Yeah. Because it's my priority to get her ass out that seat.
Overnight shipping.
Rain, sleet, or snow, Liddell got to go.
Right. I believe in getting her there overnight. Like how they say, do not go past go directly till Maryland.
To Maryland.
Get her right back up there.
Air.
We'll even do a GoFundMe to get her to Maryland overnight.
Yep. We will pay for that ticket.
Overnight, a one-way, and do not come back.
You see, I don't want to take a city of Flint problem that originated in Maryland and send them to Abu Dhabi. I'm not giving those people our problem. I'm giving our problem back to where it came from.
And Chris Caleb, I do agree with you because he's saying what you say, and I'll show you. He said it's too much at it's too much at stake for several candidates running. I agree with you, but I do feel the need. But this the thing.
Jesus, dollop. Thank you. I needed that.
And this the thing. No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna even sit there and lie. We need, you know what? Don't get me wrong. It is who I, I do feel like it should be. They should get behind the one person. It should
Just
be a
one.
meeting where they should get behind the one person who they gonna pick. I do agree with that because it's too much going on.
I can't say a meeting, right? Because last time I heard of a meeting, it was state rep race, Democrat side.
Right.
Everyone got behind all the elders and the folks with money got behind one person. Another person decided to run from that same group.
Mm-hmm.
They saw 2 names pop up, 3 more names pop up.
Because everybody had their own.
Because there was a meeting and someone else disagreed with the results of the meeting. So no, just get behind one person. And then the same goes for the 7th ward. When it comes time for Candace to run for her seat, instead of 16 different people, we just hold a quick poll. Okay, guys, who's got the most votes here? Okay, you are going to run. Everyone else, throw your support behind her or him or whoever, and let's go. Same thing about the 9th ward. We have to organize ourselves.
I would love, to be honest with you, I would love to see somebody coming from the regencies, and it's just me.
The Regencies need the most help, so of course I want to see one of them as
well.
well.
I would love to see one of them, a Regency resident, get out there and win that seat because you can tell they're not getting no love over there.
Here's the thing, right? This is a representative democracy, a republic. No one has represented them in the Regencies for a hot minute.
Right. And Cribby, I'm with you. What she just said, I'm going to put this up, said make sure that person is quality, because this is what Dems are dealing with fucking Biden. I get it.
100%.
I get it. Mean, I do agree because you
can't. Dementia Joe got to go too.
Yeah, listen, that's why.
For funds for a recount. I mean,
yeah,
we can try. But here's the thing, right? When it comes to quality, anyone that's running for any of these seats, you have an open invitation to my show. Give me a call on Facebook. Give me a shout out on Facebook. Whatever you want to do.
Yes.
And we will make time for you to come on, put why you should be in this seat. Because people need to know. We've gotten so many low quality candidates who didn't really have to talk to anyone, maybe do 1 or 2 interviews, and that didn't really have more than like 15 viewers that never got shared. Mm-hmm. And these low quality candidates are now sitting in, and that isn't just for council. That's our state rep, that's mayors, that's county commissioners, all across the board. 810 is the biggest podcast game in Flint right now, at least on the politics side. I'm willing to give up my time to sit here, ask you some hard questions, and show that you're quality. Anyone running for any of these seats.
You do. You need, that's why I say, and I feel like, they should, but what happened to when we did do those things? But like I say, Flint is so corrupted to the core, man. It's terrible.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Maurice, I'm willing to sit down with him, talk with him, see what he wants to do for a second war. And if Rich says he still wants to run, I'll interview him. And if he still doesn't get the support, then I'll ask him. But there's an open seat right here, right next to me.
Maurice, yeah.
I'll do it with Rich too. I'll be fair. I will be dead ass fair.
We'd be at a park or somewhere and you do that interview. It'd be a cold day in hell.
Even if Rich hates me.
A cold day, not here. It'd be somewhere out in the.
You can send a damn link.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, he didn't dish so much. It's unreal.
That's fine. I don't want to let my personal feelings get.
You know what you got to point to.
What I'm trying to do. My personal feelings do not interfere with fair. So I got a seat for Rich if he still wants to run. But I'm telling you, when I'm looking at the 3 names that I've seen saying that they want that second ward seat, aside from Liddell, one has a lot more
I mean,
weight
but I'm
behind
gonna be
it.
honest, man. You gotta grab. See, I'm not just gonna go with that. I'm just not gonna say he'd be good for that. Let's cut it out. Let's not. Now, this is why I get off the train with you at. I'm not gonna say
Hey, at least
he'd
you're
be a
getting off the
good.
train and
I'm
not
not gonna
getting
say
off
he'd
the
be a good
airplane.
what's the name, man. We done seen these people. You really want somebody that'll get on here who be in BS all the time. That's who you gonna want as your second ward council person. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. I don't give a fuck if he do a what's the name, not qualified. See, we have to stop saying that just because you see I could do good deeds, that don't mean I'm qualified to be a council person. Because you still got to think a lot of them be having personal vendettas and issues. Just because you get out, that don't qualify you, man, to run no council seat. I'm not even gonna do that.
I'm willing to let.
I'm telling you, you can go ahead. That's like Mickey, open the floor up. We let the devil sit right there too, and you know he full of shit. I'm just calling a spade a spade. It's the same person. You have to call a spade, man. Y'all, you can keep playing with saying these people is qualified. I'm knowing they not.
Say is qualified.
So why even entertain that? That's why I'm with Chris Caleb. You gotta. This ain't playtime.
Because I'm giving him the chance.
I ain't giving him a second. He
sat there and agreed that I should have been shot.
Right, and this is what I'm
still.
And this what I'm saying, and this the type of situation that you would actually think a person. And don't get me wrong, we not no friends.
No, we're far from it.
This is real. This is people's lives depending on this. I'm not finna go
and
deal with somebody that play games.
I will let him
impossible.
Stack himself up against his competitors, and hopefully see the light.
Dude, that's just like me telling Liddell, won't you act right? You got to do right. When you think they're going to see the light? That's Flint's problem. We'll put anybody in them seats and just be thinking because we got a personal what's the name, because a few people. And don't get me wrong, he got some good qualities. But when I see the games that you can play and the stuff that you be doing, okay, you council will be more dysfunctional on there. Let's just be real. Council would be more dysfunctional, man. Just because you can come say, you do. I'm not gonna say he done some things that for what he was trying to push, he done did some things. But let's be real.
I'm being real.
So you saying he qualified to run for city council?
I've told you I don't believe in qualifications.
So why even? I
told you I don't believe in qualifications.
So you say you don't believe in qualifications, right? That's why we got the problem we got from the presidency.
How do you decide who's qualified?
How you decide?
How do you decide what the qualifications are?
When you know a person not getting into BS.
That's so just like no one on council needs to be there.
Well, hey, that's what I've been saying. Yeah, that's how you got Eva Worthing on it. That's how you got Liddell Lewis on it. That's how you got Quincy Murphy. Quincy Murphy have been cutting grass over there in his area, but did that mean he was qualified to be a council person?
No.
But when you're doing that, though, go ahead.
Take a look at how things are set up here, man. I'm talking nationwide, how it's supposed to be. We're going off the ideal here. The ideal is of the people, for the people, by the people. If you are concerned as to how your government is being run at any level, you should be able to run to try to change it. Should be able to try to get into that office to try to change it. That is a qualification.
I ain't going for it.
Now, I will sit here and tell you, I still don't think Rich would be a good council person.
I agree with you.
I still do not like the idea of Rich being in that seat, but I'm still going to give him an opportunity, whether it's through link or whether I have to do it on my own Facebook page or whatever, to explain why he should, as compared, he's going to have to explain to me why he's better than Maurice, why he's better than anyone else. And he's going to have to go point for point against each one. And Maurice is going to have to do the exact same thing with me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm saying, but I'm just telling you, man, this is why Flint is in this situation right now. And you're right. What's the name was, Allie Hokenroder was a college student. But people that already had seen her game, didn't nobody want to believe it. They felt like it was a new face. Let's just be real. They was mad at Monica Galloway. And I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. It was the mop by the college area. They set up there, but I guess some of the citizens in the 7th Ward feel she wasn't doing right for the 7th Ward.
To be honest with you, Mickey,
look who who you got in. You got Allie. What she do? You know what I'm saying? I want some people I want somebody that's gonna really help the citizens, man. Who know business, who know how to do business. Don't just bring nobody just off because you feel that on that way. I might well get some of my homeboys and tell them to go run for that council seat. And I'm not gonna say all my homies would be qualified to run for that. I ain't gonna say they wouldn't get in there and fight, but we didn't have enough people taking money, man.
No. When it comes down to it, I still believe Maurice is the best. He's been there before. The man knows business. The man knows his area. Hell, people still call him when they need help. So he has trust. And as far as I know, except for one or two occasions when he was sick, he always answered the phone. And he always did his best to set things straight.
I'm gonna leave it in the second ward hands. They'll pick who they're gonna pick. And if he happen to get it, hey, it is what it is. Because I mean, I don't want to be biased. I just know certain people I wouldn't even let do podcasting. I'm just gonna be real because it's too much hating, a lot of personal issues, and this ain't the time for that. This really ain't the time for that.
No. And then we got to do the same thing with the 9th ward. And we got to do the same thing with the 7th ward. And the only way to find out who, in your words, is qualified is to speak with everyone.
And that's the point that I'm making. You do have to sit down because, listen, and you're right, Chris Caleb, people who are educated is the reason why Flint is in this situation. Yeah, I do agree with that.
I mean, I've got Fridays. I've got all Friday.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, no,
I can
you
do several people.
You can, but I'm already know. Listen, man, when I be saying this,
I haven't heard any names from the 7th. I haven't heard any names from the 9th.
Oh, you just ain't been there. Yeah, have. It's been you've been having some in there like Jan. I mean, media, so we can't be. But I'm saying that Jan Marie Arbor, or Jan Arbor Marie. I don't want to say her name. The lady from the nice lady from the 2nd ward. I believe you just got to have people who really. This is what I mean. You can't have somebody. I look at it like this. You can't have somebody running. You get mad. First thing you go do, you go run to the book. You on the book saying this, and that. I can't take you seriously. I'm just being honest with you. In this business, you got to have thick skin. Every time something be said, it's not to be responded to. Mm-hmm. We have people who go get the Facebook. This person, this and that. They can't even let some stuff go from a month ago. They go run to Facebook, do this and that. Oh, it's this, we did this and that. Come on, man. That's really what you want as your council member.
I mean,
soon as you get on there, you want somebody to show. Don't get me wrong, Kiss Caleb. Like, I'm just with. Listen, man. It ain't you. I mean, I do. You want to have some form, at least have a diploma. But I mean, when I say doing something for the people, you can't be 1 minute. You're on Facebook arguing, you're doing this and that, then you want to, okay, I'm going to do right. If you're going to do it, it should be in you 24/7. I don't want nobody in there that's holding ill wheels.
I want someone whose first priority is their ward, not themselves, not their neighborhood, their ward. Their second priority, and a damn close second, be the entirety of Flint. You got to do right by your ward and your people, and then you got to do right by the entire city. Those are my 2 quote biggest qualifications, but you have to show me. And I'm going to throw some hard ass trick questions in there. Okay, if something is good for your ward but bad for the entire city, how are you voting? And because that's just how it is. That's just because at the end of the day, we've seen what happens when someone is about themselves. We've seen what happens when someone is about a political agenda more than people.
Yeah, just look.
When the love of power overcomes, the power of love, is what we get with Flint today. That's just what it was. People setting themselves up for their next seat.
It is what it is. I'm just telling you.
You have so many people now coming out of the woodwork that we haven't seen in a year and a half, 2 years. But don't forget this. It's election season, which means right after that comes collection season. So you might as well start collecting papers.
But this is what I'm saying. When you see the powers that be, with the dark literature, who they putting their money behind, they get a person that they know that's gonna know how to. We didn't hear about Allie Hokenroder being on Facebook doing this and that. Let's be honest. We ain't seen
Allie
that.
had the smallest Facebook presence.
She came, man. That's why people didn't understand. They just saw, okay, there's something different from Monica. They seen Monica going
They also
both
saw,
ways and they didn't like it. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Monica was both ways. Don't nobody want that. I'm just being, I do feel like it should be. I do. I mean, and it's not that. Don't get me wrong. He say good things when he be down at council and stuff. But I'm looking at when it come down to it. If you've been in the pure example, then you see when Eric Mays, Candace got you in it now because she jumped right in the mess when she called Dennis a slithering snake and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
She already let you know then which way it's gonna go. My thing is get people that's gonna really work for the city, and I do agree with Quincy. He been cutting grass, but that don't mean Quincy was qualified.
No.
Quincy and Mays, before Mays was, Quincy was on council. He was arguing with Mays. And then look at Quincy. He was with Dan Whaling. Let's just call a spade a spade. You was with the person who caused the water crisis. What was hiding it? Let me say hiding it. So this is why Flint get the way it did. But Flint didn't really have two good choices anyway. They had him and the Lion Deacon. Them was the two that was running. So really, it was going to be the third ward was hit. Let's just call a spade a spade. The third ward didn't have nothing, but they didn't even have two good candidates running. Here's the deal. And they took the lesser of the two evils.
At least the Lion Deacon can hide his sins.
You would lie. What do you mean hide it? He be in the mess too. You just don't see what be going on.
I'm saying he at least has the sense enough to lie.
And get caught every time.
Hey, at least he tried.
That's what I'm saying, man. You have to look. Flint need people who that's really going to be working for the city of Flint and not they self. When you help the people,
I don't like the deacon neither.
Because he bought self. Don't get it twisted thinking
he loves the power more than the power of love.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And this ain't being none. It's just the truth.
It is.
It's even what it's even. This
is a man who sabotaged a already cut and done contract because he didn't like who got the contract. Lo and behold, when the contract comes back, the people that he was backing underbid by 15%. 15% is a huge deal. But
you see, Deacon. But that's the point.
Like I'm saying, I don't like him at all either. And you're right. The third ward was sank from the start.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. This what it came down to. And it ain't no knock, but this is really what you know what I'm saying? This is really what we're going to do.
The third ward could put up.
Shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful.
Now,
we gotta
look at the seventh ward is supposedly pretty affluent.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm expecting to see some big ideas, some little names with big ideas, big hopes, and big dreams. That's my hope. The ninth ward, I want to see someone that has been underrepresented because we've only gotten the affluent EVA areas.
Yeah.
I want to hear someone who's been ignored for however long they've lived in the city of Flint, because the ninth ward hasn't really done anything.
Right. People keep forgetting who started the madness. That's what I'm saying. This is who y'all want to go ahead. I don't know why people keep saying that. Stop it. Because every time y'all do, I'm stop it. Mm-hmm. It's the same one over that state rep run. He caused all type of hell. Let's be honest. Didn't want to do it because you was in the gonna be on the meeting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want you in the meeting, but yet he'd see you smile in your face, call you what was he calling you, a hillbilly? You know what I'm saying? All this stuff.
That's the reason.
Was mad with DeWine. Let's be honest. Was mad at him. Had getting emojis made of him. All because.
Let's not forget, because of you, he lost.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I blew it for him. Let's just be honest.
375
votes. Let's just be honest. This is what we finna do. Like, people get so caught up in this, man. Y'all listen, Flint. I know Flint is smarter than that. But I'm just saying.
The people in Flint who pay attention are smarter than that.
Yeah, this is, man, if you watch some of the craziest stuff that you see, you see a person attack a woman and don't be part of the game too. Mm-hmm. But this is who they want. Come on, anytime 8-10, if we fall out with somebody right there on the mix of it, that's what I'm saying. This is the people that you want. This is what y'all call qualifications. Listen, he be on both sides playing games, but you want to go ahead.
And then we got our state rep race coming up, and we have someone once again
Man.
both sides playing games.
Yeah.
Here, let me. I'll leave that one for next time. Will you bring up that picture?
I got it right.
We'll run just a little bit over like 5 minutes. We're not going too late.
Let me blow it up.
All right. Here's something that a lot has been forgotten of on Flint City Council. Where did I throw my phone? Here it is. I'm going to have to go to this myself. Face space. Oh, wait, no, it's on Messenger.
What up, brother Clark? I'm just saying, man, stop it.
Yeah.
I only can take so much. When I'm hearing BS, man, I'm not rolling with that, man. I'm not. People can say what they say. I take my hits. I can care. I can give a damn less. But the tomfoolery,
that's not going to work. All right. Go ahead and blow it up for me to see, because my eyes ain't working that good anymore. Okay. The Declaration of Rights. And this is what we have been missing on council and what I expect to see on council henceforth. The people of the city of Flint have, in this charter, reaffirmed their faith in fundamental human rights and in equal rights of men and women. They have determined to promote social progress and guarantee that the city government serves the citizenry, not yourself, not your own interest, the citizenry. The people of Flint have mandated that the city shall provide for public peace and health and for the safety of persons and property in the city, and they require that the city officers promote respect for these rights and freedoms. Every sentence of that has been broken within this past month.
Oh, most definitely.
The people have a right to, and city officers shall pledge themselves to assure residents and businesses a clean, safe, blight-free environment.
That's a lie.
Safe and decent housing. That's a lie. Job opportunities, clean air, access to safe drinking water, clean waterways, and a sanitary city. Healthcare, safe roads, sidewalks, convenient public transportation, recreational activities and facilities, and cultural enrichment. Every sentence in that has been broken this week alone.
Right.
This
Ain't no
year
clean water
already.
Streets are terrible.
Look, if my car has to be road legal, the road has to be my car legal. All right? That's just common sense. The city has an affirmative duty to secure the equal protection of the law for each person and to ensure equality of opportunity and social equality for all persons. No person shall be denied the enjoyment of civil or political rights or be discriminated against in the exercise thereof. It is the intent of the city of Flint that no individual be denied equal protections of the laws, nor shall an individual be denied the enjoyment of his or her civil rights or be discriminated against because of religion, race, ethnicity, national origin, age, political orientation, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, height, weight, disability, familial status, marital status, economic status, or any status protected by the laws of the state of Michigan or the United States of America. Every piece of that has been broken.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime it says equal protections or equal enjoyment of, rights and law, Eric Mays gets left out.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
they need to put those parentheses except for Eric Mays.
What about the citizens who's coming and the police get sent to attacked on them?
Yeah, we express our political opinions. Next thing you know, there's Metcalf saying it's time to go. Mm-hmm.
So,
a person shall have reasonable access to all files and records of the city which relate to his or her rights and duties. That right there. We don't know the rules of council. They change them from meeting to meeting. You can't appeal within an appeal, but then the very next meeting, I appeal while in an appeal and it's perfectly fucking fine. They changed the rules. I don't know the rules. How am I supposed to play the same game if you're changing the rules on me? You're playing Connect 4 and I'm playing checkers over here.
Can't make it make sense.
The people have the right to know the rules and regulations governing dealings between the city and the public and shall have access to review procedures on administrative decisions. Same thing I just said right there. We don't know the rules
Because they make them up as they go.
as they go. So let's see number 6. The city shall endeavor to secure application of the principle of one person, one vote for any regional policy making body which taxes or provides any service to city residents or takes action affecting the city's interest. That one we had some problems with last election. Remember all those supposedly sealed ballot boxes that came in unsealed? We have lost, at least in Genesee County, the ability to think that our elections are unjacked with. Hell, the woman in Flint Township, the clerk, got busted for messing with the election.
And you think that's the only one that did wrong?
No, that's just the only one dumb enough to get caught.
But the thing is, did she just
The only one dumb enough to get caught?
So
everyone was fucking around. She's the only one that found out.
I wonder what she did for her to get caught up and the other people ain't been caught.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like losing a couple pages of a recall, don't you think?
Right.
Only such limitations as are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and general welfare of the city shall limit the exercise of individual rights and freedoms. No, I feel my rights and freedoms get hemmed back a lot more. The rights and freedoms set forth by this declaration may in no case be exercised contrary to the purpose and principles of this charter. The enumeration of this charter of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. The city may enforce this declaration of rights and other rights retained by the people. Our entire preamble, our entire set of rights set forth by the city is a damned lie. This is the sort of thing I'm tired of fighting, Mickey. Because no one else goes forth and does the research. No one else except for a select few. Because it isn't just me, obviously. I'm not fucking Superman. You know, we got the Mickey Jordans, the Wintus Halls. We've got the Art Woodsons. We've got numerous people out here. We got the Maurice Davises. We got so many people out here trying to do right. And out of these 10 to 15 people, we've got 985 that just don't care anymore. They've been beaten down. We need a win to bring the people's hopes back up so they can start fighting for themselves again.
Right.
So the entire message of this show was there are no friends in politics, only interest. And your interest, my interest, our interest should be in the people and the rights of the people, should be in getting Flint back on the right track to represent everyone and to bring prosperity to all. That should be our interest. We don't need to make friends along the way. You know, that overused cliche, maybe the lesson was the friends we made along the way. No, not in this fucking case. The interest is the end point. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to Mickey and myself go on back and forth. I think we'll see where the hearts of the people really lie in whether they want change or not this year in 2024. And if we don't see any sort of wins, I think it's about curtains for the city of Flint.
Curtains, family.